All right, I'm not sure what happened. But I'm really sorry about that. Now, we're back on the show by the grace of God. Let's just start like this. The internet is the problem with me all this while, coming on here. It's a little difficult because whenever we're actually doing a show like this, the internet is always creating issues. You know what I'm saying? All right, it's back. Okay, it's back. All right, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to call them again today and see what we can do. The network is really bad, very, very bad. But God is going to help us to be able to get to the bottom of this by God's grace to fix it. Maybe I have to change the provider, or probably we have to kind of like upgrade to get more power in. Good morning, Mr. Global Actimi. Thank you very much. Now, today we're going to be looking into relationship also. We look into marriage. Yesterday was a fantastic moment at the church at the Lighthouse. I was able to preach on the topic principles, more powerful, more better than principalities. And even if you want to actually critically look into it, you yourself, you are a power on your own, because the Bible says, behold, I give you power. The moment you have the power and authority, you become power yourself, and you become authority, because the authority means someone in charge. You are the one in charge of your life. You are one in charge of your family, in charge of your business. So you are a principality over that your business, principality over that your life, principality over your own territory. So you don't want to be afraid of the powers and principality, because they can't have any edge over you the moment you are principled. If you actually follow principle, you will find out that you get to your destination. Powers and principalities won't matter. All right. So there is a principle for everything in life. Everything in life, there is a principle for it. You want to be successful, there's a principle that you have to follow. You want to have a good marriage, there are principles to follow. You want to have a good life, there are principles to follow. So when you learn the principles of life, okay, you will be able to get to your destination, and it is not going to be getting to your destination faster alone, but it's going to be perfect. All right. Now, when you now have Christ beside the principle, that is, Jesus Christ is now beside your principle, all right, then the principles you are using, they are biblical principle, then your blessing will be the kind of blessing that will have no sorrow to it, because the Bible says, the Lord maketh rich, all right, the blessing of the Lord maketh rich and had no sorrow to it. So there will be no sorrow in your prosperity, because your principles, they are biblical principles, and then you have Christ involved in your life. So many of us, we don't have Jesus in our life, and then we are talking about Christ, going to pray, die. I just hate that stuff with great passion. I'm telling you, I hate people who people that are not knowledgeable, and they just follow the crowd. They follow the crowd. All right? Following the crowd means that you yourself didn't sit down and think about what are you supposed to become in life, what are you supposed to be, how are you going to be that thing, but you're just following other people all around the place. And you are not using your common sense. All right? And that's going to affect you in the future, for real. Because you cannot be any other person. You have to be yourself. And to be yourself, you have to know yourself. Many people don't take time to know themselves. You don't take time to study who you are. You don't ask God who you are going to be in life. Everybody's not going to be a doctor. Everybody's not going to be a pastor. Everybody's not going to be a pharmacist. All right, you're going to be somebody in life. God has ordained you, have created you. The purpose of your existence is to become something in life, to do something for God. You need to go and find that what the purpose of your existence. You have to know it. Your responsibilities, you have to know them. How are you going to become what you want to become, or what God has ordained you to become? You have to learn that way to be able to become what God has ordained you to become in life. You don't just follow the crowd. You have to sit down by yourself. All right, the direction that God is going to take to prosper you is different from the direction He's going to take. You might think because God came through the door for me, He might not come through the door for you. He might come through the window. All right, so many different ways. We don't just say, okay, because I prayed and I use anointing oil to rub my head, so everybody's going to use anointing oil to rub their head before miracles is going to happen. God will deal with everybody differently. All right, He's going to deal with everybody differently. So I want you guys to get that one right, get it right. Be yourself. Connect with God by yourself. All right? Understand the purpose of God for your life. Ask God for direction. Now, as I was saying yesterday, I was coming, I moved from Oklahoma to New York City about, I think like about 10 years ago. All right. I'm moving to, no, about 8 years ago, into New York. 9 years, about 9 years, sorry. All right. Coming in from Oklahoma, I bought a GPS in Oklahoma that brought me, because I drove. I drove 22 hours to come to New York. I did it 4 times already. I've done it 4 times. Oklahoma to New York to Oklahoma, Oklahoma to New York to, I did it 4 times. 4 times. 22 hours drive. I love it. It's kind of like a road trip for me alone. I had the opportunity of clearing my head. I was listening to music all the way through. I was on the phone with my mother. I was talking about so many things with friends, family, my wife, everybody. So I had the time. No distraction, no nothing. I was just driving. 22 straight hours. Probably I stopped about 4 times just to put the gas in my car. All right? So it was fun. Driving and going like that. So when I was coming, I bought a GPS. So that GPS took me all the way to New York. It was nice. But every time I drive inside of New York, the GPS will just say, you have arrived. And I will find out that the GPS saying I'm arrived right in the middle of the highway with a trailer coming behind me. And I began to think about myself. I said, this GPS is going to get me killed one day. Because if I should just step on my brake in the middle of the highway, like this GPS is instructing me that I've arrived, how will I be able to survive if there is a trailer coming behind me? Or maybe there is a fast-moving car coming behind me. All right? So one day, I was about to throw the GPS away, and then a friend of mine now called me and said, no, Pastor Shola, you don't throw that kind of a GPS away. You bought it with your money. He said, yeah. He said, when was the last time that GPS was updated? I said, how do you update a GPS? He said, you're going to plug it to a computer. There is a device, there is a software on the computer already. I don't know where that one is, that it will actually connect to that GPS and update the GPS. There are so many new areas, new addresses that must be added to what is in the brain of that GPS. He said that one is different from your phone GPS. Your phone GPS is connected. He said, but the one that you buy, the one you bought, you have to plug it in and upgrade and update it. So also a lot of Christians, we need that upgrade. We need that upgrade. We lose direction because we have been coming from a long way. All right? And every day, God is changing things around. So we need to know the mind of God for now. It's not like God is confused. He's not confused. All right? But every time there is a need for upgrade. So you have to be plugged into the computer. And the computer is Jesus himself, the Holy Spirit. To be able to update you, upgrade you, and put you in a situation whereby you will become an answer for now and the future. You are not just going to be an answer for the past, but you are going to become an answer for today, tomorrow, and forever. All right? So every time you need to plug yourself in, you need to stay connected. To stay connected means that you will continue to always be in the right position. You will have the understanding of what God is saying, the new information that God wants to pass. He will download into you what is needed to be downloaded into you. And so that you can function correctly. So that was that. But today I want us to look critically into the wife in 2018. That is this 2018 wife. The 2018 wife. All right? I want you guys to note it. I didn't say 1999 wife. Oh, I didn't say 1914 wife. Oh, I didn't say 1900 wife. Oh, I'm talking about 2018 wife and beyond. And beyond. You see, there are so many things going on in the society, and that is why we are not having marital bliss, and that is why we are not having peace in our relationship, because where we are right now as individuals, as a country, as communities, as society, is a time of knowledge. A time of knowledge that people are so educated, they are so knowledgeable that they have become free. Okay? That they have become so free that it is difficult for anyone to enslave anybody right now. People were being enslaved before. And that is why you suddenly began to see the shift in church. That people are so knowledgeable these days that it's very difficult for a pastor to collect their money. It's difficult for pastors to actually work fake miracles on people. It's difficult for people to now say, to pastors to now cajole people with revelation upon revelation. Okay, that is not easy again. It was easy to do before. The pastors were getting rich. They were getting so rich. All right? In those days, because people don't know what is in the Bible. People don't read their Bible. They don't listen to other people until the internet is there. Then we are able to listen to Creflo Dollar, and Creflo Dollar is teaching something different. We are able to listen to TD Jakes. TD Jakes is teaching something different. We are able to listen to Joel Austin. We are able to listen to Prince. And then we began to now grow in maturity. We are growing in faith, growing in the knowledge of God. So this is a time of knowledge that people can no longer be cajoled. That the level of information that people get from the internet is so high that today people have been set free because now they have the knowledge of what the Bible is saying, how to serve, how to worship, how to follow, how to use their money to bless God. They have that understanding right now. It's difficult for pastors now to come here and just cajole them. All right? Information is there. And then so also, everyone all over the countries in the world, they are more enlightened right now, more educated. Civilization has visited every country in the whole wide world. We understand that women are as equal as men. As men. Now, a lot of times we misunderstand what the Bible is saying. We misquote scriptures. That we come up and we say, the man is the head, which is true. Somebody must be the head of a group. Somebody must be the leader in a team. All right? But because they are team, none of the other members in the team is a slave to the leader. He is only there because we want order. There must be order in an organization. There must be order, in a group. There must be order in the family. So God decided to put the man as the head, as a leader in the place, not a boss, not a king, all right, not a ruler, but he placed him there to be able to oversee what is going on. Then he placed the woman in the family to be a team player, that is the helpmate, somebody that will help him to achieve. But growing up, we believe a woman should be the slave of a man because the man will come pay the dowry, and after paying the dowry, we believe that we have done the right thing to buy a slave that will come into our home. But our fathers didn't treat their wives as slaves. Only the bad people in the society did that. All right? So we copied the bad ones. We didn't copy the good ones. Lot of our fathers that were enlightened, they had good hearts. They understood that my wife is me. They understood that I pay to bring her to my house, not because I'm buying a slave, but because I want someone to help me to achieve. So coming into my house is a blessing. So they treated them right, correctly. They blessed them. All right? So in those days, a man is 100% the provider in the home, which is a good thing. And at the same time, the Bible is saying the man should be able to provide for his own home. But we must not forget that the income of a man is not even enough. It's not enough for us to live the kind of life that we want to live. We want to live a fulfilling life. Everybody wants to buy a nice house. We want to buy a nice car. We want to be able to travel. Let's go to Dubai. Let's go to Mexico. We want to be able to buy good clothes and wear good shoes. We want our kids to be looking shining and beautiful. A man's salary is not enough. A man's salary cannot do all that. If we decide to keep our women home and say, stay in the house and just be cooking in the kitchen and be serving me on the bed, all right, the man may not be able to make enough money to be able to treat the wife correctly, to cater for the need of the children, the house, and even himself. And not just that family alone, we are talking about his extended family also. You guys must be able to understand that you are actually responsible to take care of your mothers, your fathers, even the relatives. The moment God butter your bread and then you travel from Nigeria to America and you are making good money, all right, people believe that you are supposed to be responsible for them. That you're supposed to help them train their children. That you're supposed to help them change their own lifestyle. But you cannot do all that at the expense of your own family. It is after your family has been well taken care of, then you can now remember somebody outside. So this is bringing me to understanding that to this fact that you want you to understand that when we come to this particular place, when we come to this particular junction in our lives, we believe that women have been well educated. Women go to school, they become doctors and pharmacists and whatever, CEO of companies and all that. They cannot use their degree to just cook alone. They are not supposed to. Because it's going to be a disaster in the future. Why is it going to be a disaster in the future? Is because the man is not guaranteed to live forever. The provider is not guaranteed to live forever. We must have learned from the past, whereby men will be the only provider in the home and suddenly they fall down and die. What is going to become of the woman? Then in those days, they will now will the woman to the little brother or the senior brother of the husband, and then you now continue to take responsibility over this woman. The woman is not in love with that man, is not in love with that brother or that other senior brother, and then they will be forced to have sex with them and then give back to children for those ones also. What a miserable kind of life. What a terrible life. That you have to be forced to marry somebody because of the death of your husband. You don't have the right to say, no, I want to remain single. I want to marry my children. They're going to ask you who's going to take care of you. And then they will now will the property of the husband to the little brother. So you cannot have any house to stay. You don't have a company to work on. You don't have anything in your name. It's going to now belong to the little brother. And the little brother will now be the one to now rule over you and be your husband and do whatever it is that needs to be done to you. Someone you are not in love with. Maybe they found out that people were committing suicide. They found out things were not working correctly. All right. Then our young ladies now started going to school. And then when they go to school, they come back from school, they have license to work as a doctor, they have certificates to work as a pharmacist, and all. So why do we want to lock them down in the house? Why can't they go to work, make money to support the family, and for us to have a big cake to share as a family? So that the children can be catered for correctly, so that the family can live a better life, so that the body is not going to be on the man. The man is working tirelessly, coming back home, he's tired, he don't want to do anything, or whatsoever it may be. But when there is a division of labor, when there is a helper that is doing the work, then it will make things easy for the man. It will make things easy for the man. You know what I'm saying? So this brought me to that understanding that, okay, maybe they now agreed. They said, oh yeah, let us liberate women. Let us give them the opportunity to go on and have their own jobs. Let's give them opportunity to go and work outside of the home and not just taking care of children and just cooking alone. So when they came out and they went straight to the society, they became very brilliant. They became very brilliant. They were able to add value to things that men have planted. Companies set up by men, they took it to the next level. Okay? Because women can multitask, so they were very useful in the society. When they enter into the society, they turn the place upside down. Then it became a threat to men. That women will become threatened. Why are the women just going? They are just rising. They are just taking control of everything. You go all around the place, you see women all over the place. They are in charge, they are managers, CEOs, and all kinds of stuff, supervisors in companies and in government establishment all over the place. They go to school, they come back out with flying colors. I was reading an article recently that in Nigeria, I don't know, probably one particular university, they produce 170 something lawyers, and 117 out of 170 were women. Women, 117 out of 170. So only 60 something or only 50 something are men in the law profession. So you see the rate that women are growing. You see the rate that women are going, they are making things work. All right? Because they have that ability in them. And that ability was put in them to help the man. Don't forget. Always remember, whenever I say something, I mean what I'm saying. The ability given unto them was placed in their life because of the man. Not to compete with the man, but to the advantage of the man. That's why the Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. There's a thing inside of them that if you activate it, if you mistakenly activate that thing in them, it will open the door of favor unto you. That things will begin to work correctly for you. And that is why a lot of men are not prospering today. They are working and working and working, and then they will die trying. Why? Because they refuse to acknowledge the strength in their wives. The strength in their wives. They refuse to acknowledge it. They refuse to appreciate it. Some of them, they know it, but they are so jealous of it. They don't want the woman to succeed, so they lock her down. So they prevent her from working. They prevent her from going to school. They prevent her from doing anything good in life. But they have forgotten that whatever they become, whatever the woman becomes in life is a credit unto them. It's a credit unto them. If they like it, they don't like it, women will excel. All right? Walk away from that relationship, abandon your home, divorce that woman. It doesn't matter. That doesn't take God a minute to turn that woman around. With or without you, they will still become whatever God has ordained them to become in life. 2018 women, we are talking about the 2018 wife. For you to know it, that you are missing a lot. As a young man 35, as a young man 36, as a young man going 40, you don't want to join the rest of the Nigerian men to do the same thing they are doing. If you want to prosper, God has given you an instrument of prosperity, and that instrument is your wife, your woman that is in your home. In your home. All you need is to be a better manager. All you need is to be a better lover. All you need is to be a transparent husband. All you need is to be a lover that will love the woman with all your might, all your soul, all your heart. And then show her love and show her respect. And activate that woman. Let her go into 1000% on the frequency to vibrate. You will see the result in no time. In no time. The devil has blindfolded us. We could not see the importance of the instrument that God gave you. You could not understand the power in the woman that God placed in your home. You could not understand what kind of favor God has already placed in your life, that all you need to do is to activate it. Just activate it. Activate it. You cannot abuse a car and the car will be serving you. The car is going to break down. You can't abuse a machine. You refuse to service a machine. You refuse to put engine oil into it. It's going to break down. It's not going to serve you anymore. And so also a woman, when you have a wife that you cherish, a wife that you respect, a wife that you care for, it's like you're servicing your car. She will continue to be useful to you. She will serve you. And you begin to see things will begin to come, and prosperity will begin to follow you, and you won't understand how it's coming. It is because you have activated that material that God has placed in your house as a woman, and that's who you have appreciated her. And she will continue to work as a machine, vibrating, getting the goals, doing whatever is needed to be done for you to achieve your dreams. You see, you men, you are not supposed to work and die. You're supposed to work smart. And how do you work smart? It's by having the division of labor between you and your wife. You will find out that women, they have more energy than men. They have more drive than men. They can achieve things faster than men. You see, when you realize that, you will put your wife to work. You will put your wife to work. All right, so cooking the food is not going to be a kind of a problem to your family. Cleaning the bathroom is not going to be a problem to you. You know, taking care of the kids will not be a problem to your life. You are not going to be whining and be saying, he's taking my position, she's taking my position. That's not going to be your problem at all. That is going to be the smallest of your problem. Because by the time you put your wife to work, she will begin to get the goals. You are getting the goal on one side, she's getting the goal on the other side. She's bringing prosperity home. Let me tell you something. If a man wants to, you don't understand, don't get me to this level. Because if I get there, I may not be able to come back from this level. Now, the issue is this. A lot of people are divorcing their wives. When they divorce their wife, and I ask them, why are you divorcing this woman? They say, because the woman is slowing me down. You don't get it. You don't understand. The woman is not slowing you down. The woman is helping you so that you will not get into trouble in the future. So many of them say, I want to go and make money. And my money is actually around the women. Women will patronize my business. So this thing, the wife is not saying you shouldn't patronize women. The wife is not saying women are not supposed to be your clients. But when you are going and crossing the line, that's why the woman is talking. She is not talking about now, she's talking about the future. When you will make that mistake, your eyes go clear. And when your eyes come clear, finish, that's when you will realize that, let me tell you something, they can see to the future. Like I said before, if a sister is greeting you too much in church, your wife is looking at it and she's complaining and said, Dimeji. Ori highway don't ring koja ima leyin. Leave me alone. You're just too jealous. What is it? Am I not doing evangelism? Am I not doing? Which evangelism are you doing? The guy you're doing evangelism with is not doing evangelical. You are the one that is evangelism. She is not doing evangelical. And stuff like that. The day testing about my day, and lo and behold, 2-3 months down the road, wala constant. And that's when you also think that, okay, my wife must be a witch. She is the one that did this thing. She is not the one that did it. She is placed there. God placed her there to see for you. To see for you. Korea ma se bi ori legbe ko ma gboran ke ti e dabi eti e oro ko ma fe gboran ki tinu eyan lo ma se. Tinu, why are you married if you know you can't listen to the woman God has given to you? You can't listen to advice. Eti e ko ma wa maybe eti e oro. You are my best okay, best my best bibi jagu. I'm telling you. I don't understand you. Why marry if you know that you don't need a companion? Why married if you know you don't need a partner? The work of a partner and a companion is for us to advise ourselves. When there is difficulty and danger coming along your path, it is the responsibility of the wife to counsel the husband. It is the responsibility of the husband to counsel the wife. That's why they're there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're there. If they're not there now, it will become you alone, and then you may fall into a gutter, and nobody's going to blame you. They'll say, I don't pay one. 2 good heads are better than one. But you have good head, you actually abandon the good head on the side, and then you say, that person don't know nothing. He don't know Jackie Robinson. Stay on this side and I'll keep watching you. And what you are good for is just to cook for me and then have sex with me on the bed, and that's what you're good for. And then if that's what you want to marry, you don't really want to marry a wife, you don't need a wife. All you need is just the early morning customer. Let the early customer come early morning by 5. Have sex with her 5 o'clock to 6. By 6 o'clock, let her wake up, go and cook the food. And after she's done, let her go out to her own house. And then she come back next day and do the same thing. And then you pay her. You won't have anybody to bother you. The responsibility of a woman is much more than just cooking and having sex. That's not the way it is. The moment you get married, you are dividing your life into 2. You are living his life plus your life. She got right over you like you got right over her. You are responsible to her like she's responsible to you. You can no longer live like a free man or a single man anymore. That's not going to be done. So by the time you want to get married, you have to get it into your brain that, listen to me, I am not just marrying a girlfriend. No. This is not a girlfriend, boyfriend issue. This is a marriage. A marriage is more of commitment, responsibility than just you just being girlfriend and boyfriend, and all is in your brain is having sex. All is in your brain is just eating begiri and ewedu. That is not the stuff. You are sharing your life with the person. You are sharing your life with the person. All right? And you must. I come to find out one thing, my journey so far in this world, that women always want to be assured. They want to be assured. They want to get the fact. What exactly is the fact? That's what women wants to get to. They need you to tell them the fact, the truth, and nothing but the truth. Don't hide the truth from your wife. Tell your wife the truth. They will bail you out in time of trouble. Oh, they will be the one to cook whatever you need to cook to bail you out. You will think you are smart. One thing I always tell men, you don't have brain, oh. Women have brain more than men, oh. You think you are very trickish. You are not. The woman is only watching you and keeping quiet like this because she is a master game player. She can decode all your games when you are playing it. Every word you mention like this is entering into a dictionary in her head. And she's comparing it to what you said yesterday. Comparing it to what you said 3 years ago. And then the day she will come and show you yourself like this, you will be so amazed and say, Obìnrin gbọ́n. Women always act like they're stupid. They act like they're stupid, but they're not stupid. They're very brilliant people. They can ruin your life. They can make you and ruin you at the same time. Go and look at men that are falling down. They look at what made them to fall. Women. Women may build you all the way up, and then when you're shocked, let's say, and then you land on the ground, and that will be the end of your life. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. All right. So it is good. When you get married, you have to expose yourself. Women love facts. Why do they love facts? Because they want to plan for the future. Women always want to say, when I get to the bridge, I will cross it. Women, they want to know, where is the bridge? What is the distance from here to the bridge? What is on the other side of the bridge? Is the bridge strong enough to hold the two of us? They want to know the fact. You don't just put them and just say, hey, when we get to the bridge, we cross. No. We are not crossing any bridge. Let us know the fact. I want to know dimension. I want to know measurements. I want to know strength of material. You have to tell me the strength of the bridge. You have to tell me what's on the other side of the bridge. Why do we have to cross the bridge? What is on the other side of the bridge for both of us? And all kinds of stuff. They need to know. They need to know. You can't just carry them on a journey and keep going. So that's why you have to carry them and make them you. Okay? You guys must have to share what is on your mind. You have to let them understand what's on your mind. This is a journey. Now, one thing I said at the church yesterday, I've been thinking about it for a long time. And so one day I just sat down and just asked myself, this particular journey that God has called you into, to actually be a pastor, it's not a kind of a journey of 2 years old. It's not a journey of 3 years old. It's a journey that you have to walk in for life. You know, unlike marriage. Marriage, people enter into marriage and then they say, oh, it's over this is my die. Alright, the moment you become a pastor, you can't lay that. You have to do it for life. God just reminded me, I became a little afraid. And I start praying. I'm praying for strength. Say, God, give me strength. Give me strength. Give me strength. And likewise in marriage. In marriage, you're supposed to look at it as a business. And say, this is a real business. So I am not supposed to divorce. I'm not supposed to send my wife away. So let me wait patiently. And let me marry the right person that will actually die with me, that I'm going to die with. It's very, very important. It's possible for people to have married somebody wrong before. And it's not. I'm not saying it's your fault. Okay? I'm not saying whatever. It's possible for somebody to marry somebody that is wrong. Alright? But the next one you're about to do, you don't want to hurry into it. You know, the next one you're about to do, you want to correct your mistakes. The next one you're about to do, you have to wait patiently and find the right person. Ask yourself questions upon questions. Okay? Are we compatible? Is this the mind of God? Does he like yellow? Does he like red? Is he a smoker? Is he a drunkard? Is he a this? Does he like God? Does he love God? And this was and then it's not about just telling me I love God. I want to see it. It's not about you telling me that you have a future. I want to see the future. And that was why I said the other day in church on Sunday, I said, don't just tell the story of your life. Live your life. Let us see the story. We are supposed to be the one telling your story. The story is not your responsibility. Let us tell your story. I know a lot of people that can tell the story of my life. I don't have to tell anybody about me. If I call anybody right now, I say, can you guys tell me about Pastor Shola? You're going to tell me some little stuff you know about me, all right? And probably like a whole full big note will be filled up by you writing about Pastor Shola, my language, the way I talk, the way I sneeze, the way I cough, the way I sing, what I say, my craziness, my madness, all those things. You know how to say all those things. You know me real well. I don't have to tell you those things. I'm living my life. I'm living my life. So stop telling the story of your life. Start living the life. Let people be the one to tell your story. Okay? So where am I going this morning? Is that the 2018 wife, every one of us will believe that is no longer like before. Thank God a lot of Nigerian men are getting it into their heads that the way their father treated their mother, they are not going to treat their own wife like that, because this is 2018. You can't do it. It's no longer doable. It has expired. That's not the way to do stuff. You cannot treat me the way your father treated your mom. Ojutila, his knowledge has increased. I will not take what my mother took. Oh, listen. What my mother took from my dad, I'm not going to take. Get it into your head so that you will understand. Don't come back here and say, I am the head, I'm the man, I'm the man. And so what? And so what? You better go and be the man inside your bedroom. When you come out here between you and your husband and your wife, you better understand that we are partners in this relationship, and I respect you for being the head of the relationship. We are going to be in the relationship together. You respect me, I respect you. You treat me correctly, I treat you correctly. You love me and I love you back. You be transparent to me, I'll be transparent to you. Okay, you better get into your score that when I'm cooking in the kitchen, your right is for you to help me. Okay? And let your mommy go and sit down somewhere, and go and sit down wherever she want to sit down, because she doesn't have a say in our marriage. She cannot come here and be telling me nonsense. I be telling me, why are you making your husband to cook? I'm not making him to cook. It's his responsibility to help me. The time they were buying slave, he was not born that time. He wasn't born the time they were buying slave. At this point in time, he was able to marry a woman. He married a woman. He didn't buy a slave. So you should understand that this is a time for you to help in the home. A time for you to support your wife. A time for you to be a helpmate to a woman, either on the bed, either in the living room, or in the kitchen, or whatsoever it may be. Okay? That's the way it should be. As a man, you should go and learn. You see, one day is coming for a man that don't know how to cook. You won't understand the way it's going to come. What Come and go, I'm a man. I'm not supposed to cook. I'm not supposed to the day you will come back and you will need to cook your own food by yourself, and you don't know how to even put water on the fire. That's the day of SCM. I'm telling you. So what am I saying today is that, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. The moment you made up your mind, you make up your mind that you want to get married to someone, you must understand the responsibility of a woman, the responsibility of a man in 2018 has changed. It's not about culture. It's not about where we come from. A lot of people will say, it's our culture. Where we come from. Back home. Which back home? Ojuti Laburuku back home. When was the last time you went to Nigeria? When was the last time you went back home? And go and see men, bank managers helping their wives in the kitchen. Go and see ministers, pastors cooking in the kitchen, helping their wives in the kitchen. And you are staying here because you've been here for 15 stupid years. You are saying back home. Which back home are you referring to? Back home has changed big time. And you don't even understand. You don't even understand. It's not about culture, it's not about tradition, it's not about where we come from. It's about the good stuff. It's about the correct thing. It's about what we are supposed to do as a man, what we are supposed to do as married couples. You know, what we are supposed to do. That's exactly what it is. What are we supposed to do as couples? We are partners. We are supposed to help ourselves. Somebody is not supposed to die. That person is not supposed to die. You are not supposed to just walk that person to death. Okay? She's the one taking care of the children. She's the one running to the kitchen to actually turn the chicken. She's the one running to go and make the amala. She's the one running everywhere. You know, she's the one running everywhere. And then you are just busy sitting down watching CNN all through the whole day with your mommy there just talking about nonsense stuff right there. And you are now looking at the woman is just running around every day, every time. And she just got back from work like you just did. And then you believe she's a superwoman. Oh, she can cope. That's a responsibility. What responsibility are you talking about? And that's why marriages are not standing today. That's why women are tired of homes. That's why women are tired of homes. If you are not able to help in the house, you are a useless man. What are you doing in the home? You cannot vacuum the floor. You can't clean the table. You can't give a child a bath. You can't change the diaper of a baby. All right? You can't take the trash outside. You can't take the trash outside. You know, you see the woman that will take the trash outside, you don't even know the day these environmental people are coming in to pick up the trash. You don't know. You are always sleeping. It's the woman that will take the trash outside. You can't clean the kitchen. You can't wash dishes. You can't cook anything. You can't make chocolate. I mean, you can't make cornflakes for the children to eat. The simplest thing in the whole wide world, making tea. You can't make tea. The woman must wake up and make tea for you. The woman must wake up and cook breakfast for your children. The woman must wake up and do all kind of stuff. You see, that woman is going to die one day, and then you're going to marry another one. If I am your wife, Pastor Shola, yeah, I'm telling you, you're going to get up your black behind and go cook in the kitchen. I'm telling you. You're going to get up and go cook. I don't care how much money you're bringing home. In as much as I'm working, you're working, we are supposed to be a partner in the home. And that is when you will be able to bond. That's the time you will be able to elongate your relationship. That's the time you will be able to be blessed in that relationship. You are helping me, I'm helping you. Things are easy, then we keep going. Like I said sometimes ago, you see, a lot of men will come and then they will be looking at their wife going. And inside their head, they are looking at the bum shaking. As she's going, coming and doing all the wahala sweating. Inside their head, they're thinking like, "Kai, níbo ni red wine mi wà tí bá ti dájẹ́ tó báyìí tí bá gbá obìnrin yẹn mú lálẹ́ máa gun kẹ̀kẹ́ fàya ni." They will be thinking in their head, go fẹ́ gun kẹ̀kẹ́ fàya gbogbo ìdí tó jẹ́ kìkìkìkì má dá gbogbo bẹ̀rù. The woman is tired. Going. She's really tired. You are actually now creating another job for her in your head already. You are making a movie in your head that after she's finished sweating and running all around, you will eat, you will put the wine on top of it, and then you now capture the man, the woman. Arrow mental ló yẹ kó wà, ó yẹ kó wà ní yaba apá òsì àbápá ọ̀tún ni wọ́n wà ní ibẹ̀ ló yẹ kó lọ dìé. You are a mad person. You are a mad person. You now finish eating, you now knock the red wine on top of it, bam, and then you now flip the channel, you start watching for soccer, and the woman now went to the bathroom to clean up and everything, and then she decided to go and lie down jeje and just be able to rest her body to get ready for work tomorrow. And then the next thing you now do, you now brought a banana that is standing like this. Red wine has made the banana to stand like this in attention, bam, and then you now enter the place bed and you are now touching her breast, touching everything, and she says, "Leave me alone. Leave me alone." You are now saying your body belongs to me. The Bible says I am the person that I have right over you. Not in that situation. Come on, man. Your wife is so gentle. I will slap you red and blue. If I am that your wife, I will slap you red and blue. I will remind you when I was running all around the place. What were you doing that time? Oh, well, the wine get hey, but then I was stand attention. Oh, my boy, you don't know that it's a lot of work. Mama, I will be there. I've been doing all kinds of stuff. All this money, you didn't even help at all. You're not bringing stupid banana. A lot of people don't understand. They think that women love sex that much. That anytime you bring the banana that is standing like this, they will just jump on it. Don't jump on. These people get tired now. No wonder you say, "Oh, Pastor, he's always saying, only for me, only my fault now." She has walk. She went to work. She came back from work. She cooked. She take care of children. She's shouting on the children, taking the trash out, doing all kinds of stuff. At the end of the day, at night, and you say you want to ride out again. She now say, "Only for me, don't do me." So is that her fault? That's not her fault. It's not our fault. That's not our fault at all. Do you want to learn? You want to learn something good? You want to realize something good and make your marriage better? Listen to this. This is the kind of message you should listen to as a man. Understand what they go through. No women. Understand what they go through daily. And yet they're not saying, I'm not going to work. And yet they're not saying, I don't want to love you anymore. And yet they're not doing this. All they want is appreciation and support. They want you to appreciate them and they want you to support them. How do you do that? That's what I'm teaching you right now. That's what I'm teaching you right now. Huh? That's what I'm teaching you right now. Listen to this. This is wisdom. This is wisdom here. This is what is going to elongate your marriage. This is what's going to bless your marriage. I don't know what your pastor is preaching at your church, but they can't tell you this. What I'm telling you online, they may not be able to tell you, but I'm telling you. You have not heard anything. Come to Houston, Texas this coming weekend. This weekend, I'm going to be in Houston, Texas, and we're going to actually talk about this real well. We're going to talk about this real well. When you come. I was actually going through one article written by somebody, and he said, my wife is no longer cooking my best food. My wife is no longer smiling at me. My wife is no longer this. And then he said, well, maybe I have to divorce the woman. And then before he did, so he went to his dad, and he called his dad up, and then he told the dad, he said, my wife is no longer smiling. And so, and the dad said, okay, look at the very first day when you got married. Have you been keeping all the promises you gave to her? And the guy went and said, no, I have not. He said, I've never helped her in the kitchen like I said I will. I've never helped her to do laundry like I said I will. I've never taken her shopping like I said I will. I've never gone on vacation with her like I said. He said, yeah. He said, when you go back and start doing those things, and said, now see the reaction. So the guy went back and he started helping at the kitchen. He started helping to take the trash out. He started helping with the children. And gradually, the wife starts smiling again. And then they go out on a romantic dinner and all kinds of stuff. And the wife is smiling again. Or is it? And then he come back and he now find out that he's not actually divorced. That is because I've not been doing the right thing. That if I do the right thing, my wife will do the right thing. And we're going to have peace in our relationship. That's the way it is. Very simple. That's the way it is. That is the way it should be. That's the way we should do things. All right? That's the way we should do things. So for you guys who are going to be in Houston with me, it's going to be a roller coaster meeting. It's going to be a roller coaster meeting. Your husband may actually be shaking under the table. All right? Your wife may be shaking under the table. I don't care. I'm not going to look at your faces. I'm just going to be slapping Rema right, left, and center. And after I'm done, if you have any question with me, for me, you ask me, and I'm going to answer you. But for me, I am going to slap you, Rema, right, left, and center. All right? I will slap Rema on you. I will slap you at the back of your head, slap you on your face, slap your nose, slap your cheek, slap you everywhere, slap you. That by the time I finish, your reset button will be pushed, and then you start thinking correctly. All right? It's very simple to do. Very, very simple to do. All you need to do is just to look at the woman that you love so much. I love this woman. If I love this woman, I can help her. If I really love this woman, I should be able to help her in the kitchen. All right? Look at it. You see, if you're helping a woman in the kitchen, she's not the one washing the dishes, she's not the one cutting the tomatoes, and you are the one doing it, she's the one frying the chicken, and the children are complaining, she's the one going there, you will find out that she will not sweat. And later when you guys are done, you eat together, and after you finish eating together, go and sit down in the living room, drink that wine together. Let her lie down on your chest as you guys watch the football. All right? And then by the time it's 10 o'clock and the children are gone to bed and everybody's gone, you go and take a shower together. All of you, the two of you, take a shower together. And when you finish taking a shower together, you rock and roll to the bedroom. I'm telling you, you will not believe it, what's going to happen in that bedroom. You know, you're going to ask me who is going to be asking for sex. Ask me who is going to be touching you all around the place and be dragging you. Well, ask me who's going to be. It's going to be that woman. Because you have done the help. You have done what it takes to be given that stuff on a platter of gold. She will put herself on a plate of gold and offer it to you for free. Offer it to you for free. And that's when you will see that, okay, the sex is going to be different. Everything will be just fantastic. All right? You're going to have so much fun. And then you sleep early in the morning, you're going to do like a little quickie in the morning. Like early morning quickie. You know the early morning quickie that will set you on your way. And that you enter into the shower, you'll be singing and be whistling. And then when you get to the breakfast table, you eat, and then you're on your way, you'll just be happy. You get to work, everybody will be asking you, so you get throughout the whole day. And that's the stuff. You'll be just be smiling all throughout the whole day. Your wife will be smiling at work, your children will be so happy that mommy and daddy are no longer fighting. The kids will be happy that mommy and daddy, they are working together now. That daddy is no longer coming late from work. But daddy is always on time. And so that's what's going to happen. Help the woman. You know, cherish her. You love your wife or love your husband also. Or allow your husband to do things for you. All right? And you're going to see the difference. You're going to see how it's going to work right correctly. And you guys are going to have so much peace in your relationship. But it starts with the man. It starts with you. It starts with the man. You need to change your mind. Change your mentality. You are not in 1914. You are in 2018. You are in 2018. For God's sake. 2018. In 2018, have it at the back of your mind, you have to learn to do the housework. You have to offer to help as a man. It's a romantic thing. It's a good thing. Something that will change you. That will bless your life. It will bless your life. It will bless your life. To bless your marriage. I'm telling you, you're going to have things to say. When your friends are going through trouble, you will become a counselor. You're going to be able to put your friends straight and put them on the right track. You know, you yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff. Have that understanding. The world is changing. You know. Nothing is stagnant anymore. Nothing is stagnant. You know, the mall is not stagnant. Buying, shopping is not stagnant. You can buy stuff online right now. You know, you can go to school online right now. You can get married online right now. You can do all manners of things online. There is nothing you cannot do online. So the world we live is not stagnant. It's evolving, revolving. All right? That's the life that we live. The life that we live is a good life. It's not stagnant. You cannot afford to be stagnant. You can't remain stagnant. You can't say tradition. Listen, development, civilization is overshadowing culture. And there are some things that are inside our culture that is not right. That we need to look at them and take them out of that culture. It's not correct at all. This is a kind of a mindset that we see women not as an object, but as a human being just like yourself and a partner, not just a woman. And there is this word that the Yoruba people always say. They'll say, "Obìnrin lásán lásán." I want us to go and remove that from Yoruba culture. You remove it. If that's part of the culture you want to embrace, "Obìnrin lásán lásán," go and remove it. Go and remove it. Remove it from whatever it is. Remove it. Don't remove it. So when you do, you'll see what's going to happen. May God Almighty be with you and bless you. In the name of Jesus. I want to just appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Jesus lover, you are coming late. Jesus lover, what's up? So I want to thank everybody. Thank you very much for watching this broadcast at this time. May the God Almighty continue to be with you. In the name of Jesus.
I just want to exalt the name of the Lord.
Do this one.
Immortality.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Have a very wonderful Monday. Thank you for watching. It's a beautiful Monday morning. May you be greatly blessed. Come on, show me love, man. Show me some love. Show me some love. Ibareo, 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 Ọba ńlá, Ọba mi tó fara tì mí òkè. Ọba mi tí ń jẹ́ fàdérera. Alágbára tó làbú ayé já. Ìpìlẹ̀ ńlá tí kò lè yẹ̀. Ọba tó bọ̀lá bí aṣọ. Ọba mi ẹni ńlá tí ń gbàdọ̀ balẹ̀ àwọn ọba. Àtúnitán, àtọ́bẹ̀tán, ògbéni níjà, kẹrù kó bọ̀ níjà. Àdúró pọ̀npọ̀n lẹ́yìn aṣọ títàn. Ọba mi afàṣẹ jáde. Olórúkọ ńlá. Wọ́n má rí di ọba mi tí kò yípo padà. Ọba ńlá. Ṣoṣo àjọ̀dọ̀kú. Thank you. Thank you. Come on, show me love, man.
Onínú funfun, aláyà funfun, ọlọ́wọ́ funfun, ọláṣọ funfun, onítẹ̀ funfun, ọba mi tí kò yípo padà. Ọba. Jó fi ìròyìn dárí mi lókè. Olórí ayé mo máa yí. Listen to this. Listen. Thank you. Máa fi jó fi ìròyìn dárí ọba o. Ìyọ́bọ̀ ti yẹ o. Hallelujah. Listen. Ọba tí ewu orí ẹ̀wọ̀n sọ́dà arúgbó, tí iṣẹ́ alágídíyà kò máa sọ́dọ̀ ọ̀lẹ o. Jèhófà ṣàbò, ẹ̀rù àwọn ọmọ ogun. Jèhófà ṣàmà, ẹ̀yin lọ́lọ́run tí ń bẹ. Jèhófà jàre, olùpèsè ṣáàní yìí. Ẹ̀yin ló bá ní nílé, only one tí ó máa jẹ́ àròdà òjòrò. Tó mọ̀ ní àlàdé, ẹ̀rù jẹjẹ níyì àríyìnrò àlámì. Kìjìkìjì kìnìún ńlá ẹ̀yẹ Júdà ọba tó fọwọ́ agbára dá ọwọ́ ibi dúró. Ọba tó fọwọ́ agbára dá lọ́wọ́ ibi tí agbára fún. Àkìkì tó agbègbè tó.
Mo gbé. That's what I'm saying. All right. I'll see you guys later on the flip side, but remember to keep it gospel all the time. Remember, keep it gospel all the time. Jesus is the message. Jesus is the answer. It's only Jesus Christ that can make it good for your life. Always remember that. And I love you. Mwah. See you guys later. Peace out.